You know, when you actually take a step back and look at the sheer velocity of tech right now, it is absolutely staggering. We aren't just talking about minor iterative updates anymore. No, we're watching the real-time deployment of systems that are fundamentally altering how we interact with information, our environments, and our devices. Today, we're jumping straight into the massive wave of releases that Google just dropped this spring, and the implications are huge.
Seriously, think about your daily routine for a second. Think about how much of it is about to be completely rewired by what just launched. Over the next few minutes, we're going to trace this thread from the heavy-duty cloud infrastructure all the way down to the phone in your pocket, the thermostat on your wall, and the spreadsheet on your desk. Because to really grasp the power of this new ecosystem, you have to see exactly how all these pieces communicate with each other.
First step, Section 1, the engine, Gemini 3.1 and beyond.
To understand this massive shift, we've got to start with the brain powering the whole operation. I mean, look at this leap. We've gone from the initial 1.0 launch back in late 2023 straight through to the March 2026 rollout of Gemini 3.1 Pro and the highly advanced DeepThink models. In just a couple of years, we transitioned from basic conversational bots to systems capable of really profound multi-step reasoning. The sheer speed of this architecture scaling up is exactly why our consumer products are suddenly feeling so much more intuitive.
And what's really fascinating here is the dual approach Google is taking. At the exact same time they're pushing their proprietary Gemini models, they released Gemma 4. This is literally the most capable open model available right now, byte for byte. It's wild. And for the real heavy lifters out there, there's Deep Research Max for high-end data crunching. They're essentially democratizing the everyday tools while simultaneously raising the roof on absolute computing power.
Now, if you look at the enterprise side coming out of the recent Cloud Next 26 event, they are busy building the raw infrastructure for this new agentic era. We're talking about the Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform running on their brand new custom 8th generation Tensor processing units. These TPUs are the physical engines making all of this viable. But it's not just the hardware, right? Take a look at the developer and creator tools. Learn Mode and Colab basically acts as your own personal interactive coding tutor, and Google Vids is letting people generate entire professional videos purely from prompts.
Moving on to Section 2, in your pocket, the Pixel 10 lineup.
Let's bring all that massive cloud computing power down from the server farm and cram it right into your hands. The camera alone on the Pixel 10 it's a game changer. Every single model now gets a 5x telephoto lens as standard. They've doubled the compensation range for optical image stabilization, which translates to incredibly smooth video. But the real magic? That's the software. Gemini now acts as a live camera coach, analyzing your scene in real time to give you tips on lighting and composition. And Auto Best Take, it completely eliminates the stress of group photos by analyzing the frames to ensure everyone's eyes are actually open and looking their best in a single shot. No more blinking.
But here is the crucial point, how this AI applies to accessibility. Imagine having an assistant standing right next to you, whispering exactly what the camera sees to help you perfectly center a shot. Well, that's exactly what Guided Frame is doing for blind and low vision users. By integrating Gemini, the phone gives rich, detailed scene descriptions, audio hints, and haptic vibrations, so anyone, literally anyone, can confidently capture a memory independently.
And this perfectly illustrates how the ecosystem is adapting to the AI age itself. Because let's face it, AI-altered images are everywhere today, and we desperately need a way to know what is actually real. So the Pixel 10 natively bakes in C2PA content credentials right at the hardware level. It physically documents the reality of the photos you take with secure on-device metadata. You take a photo, and the phone mathematically proves it's a 100% authentic, unedited moment.
All right, Section 3, the Smart Home Evolution, the Intelligence Upgrade.
So you take that Pixel phone, you walk through your front door, and let's see what happens to your smart home ecosystem. You know the frustrating days of issuing one robotic command, waiting forever, and then issuing another? Yeah, those are finally over. Your home can now process complex, multi-step routines in a single breath thanks to the Gemini 3.1 voice assistant upgrade. You can walk in and just say, "Hey, turn down the lights, add coffee to my shopping list, and remind me to call mom at 7." And it just understands the intent and executes all three flawlessly.
Now to manage the smarter home, the interface had to catch up, right? So the Google Home app has been completely modernized. You can now manage your entire house right from your computer with Ask Home on web. And if you're on your phone, the app features dramatically smoother video scrubbing for your security cameras, a way faster UI, and these awesome quick action buttons that let you control devices straight from a notification without even opening the app. It's so seamless.
Section 4,
Under the hood. Android 17 Beta 4.
Driving all these amazing hardware interactions is the software backbone, Android 17. It just hit its final beta milestone, and guys, the changes are foundational. Previously, rogue background apps could suffer from memory leaks, dragging down your whole system, causing the UI to stutter, and just tanking your battery. Well, Android 17 takes a hard stance on performance. It establishes strict deterministic app memory limits based on your device's total RAM. It's a baseline that actively prevents these apps from ruining your experience. It essentially ends the era of 2 p.m. battery anxiety for good.
It's just a much tighter ship overall for developers. Local network access, blocked by default, to fiercely protect your privacy on public networks. There are strict, mandatory edge-to-edge resizability constraints now, so apps look absolutely perfect and immersive whether you're holding a phone, a foldable, or a tablet. Plus, they've added on-device anomaly detection to catch performance hiccups in real time. It's all about forced stability for a perfectly smooth user experience.
Finally, Section 5, the future of work, agentic workflows.
Okay, so you've woken up in a smart home, you've commuted while taking incredible photos with your Pixel 10, and now, well, it's time to actually sit down and get some work done. But the thing is, Workspace is basically running itself now. Workspace Flows uses AI agents to automate those annoying, multi-step, repetitive office tasks, keeping a human in the loop, of course. You can even generate high-quality audio overviews directly from a Google Doc if you'd rather just listen to a brief on the go. Help Me Analyze acts like a dedicated business analyst right inside Google Sheets. And for the devs, the Gemini API just added multimodal file search natively. That means you can search directly through images using the new embedding models. It's incredibly powerful.
And all of this front-end magic is supported by a massive shift on the back end, because new tools like webhooks are replacing clunky polling for long-running tasks. Instead of your app constantly tapping the server on the shoulder asking, "Are you done yet? Are you done yet?" The server just pings the app the exact millisecond the AI generation is finished. The friction between having an idea and executing it, it's basically gone.
And that brings us to our final thought today. Just look at the ecosystem we walked through. The only question left is, when your phone perfectly frames your photos, your home anticipates your next routine, and your workspace completely automates your data analysis, what are you going to do with all that saved time? How will you adapt to an ecosystem that practically thinks for itself? Honestly, it is an incredible time to be learning, creating, and building.